say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We are at Big John's Closeouts with the hammer high prices, and well, we had a little shot. It's going to get ready to go away. A little shot of cold weather. Going to be in the 50s tomorrow, 60s by Thursday and Friday. So again, just a little tease as to what's coming. It did affect schools to a point, some of them. The roads were kind of iffy at times, but sun's out, warming up. It's a good thing. So it's just, again, a blip on the screen. But it's also a tease of what's coming, so we're going to be showcasing throughout the course of the show here things you can come get at Big John's Closeouts to make sure. One of these, probably one of the best investments you'll make, for $3.50. Faucet protector. Styrofoam, insulates it. $3.50 could save you from frozen pipes and major financial problems with busted pipes in behind the walls and so on and so forth. So that's one of the things that you can come by here and get. We've got a whole, got gloves, we've got insulation. We'll tell you about those, and got the Milk Barn heater we're going to showcase for you. Also the steel batteries. We're going to show you one of those as well. That you got them right now and get a free battery for any of your battery-powered attachments and tools from Steel for $171 free for a limited time. So anyway, 42 days till Christmas Eve to shop. You say birthdays today. Happy birthday to Demi Moore. She's 63. And Leonardo DiCaprio having a birthday. He is 51. And those are the birthdays on this Veterans Day 2025. We'll play the military medley a little bit later on in the show. We had lots to talk about, and so here is, I love this. This is on the counter here at Big John's. Count your blessings. Tom, you don't know what I'm going through. Count your blessings. So as we speak, my buddy Andy Wilhoit's in surgery down in Knoxville. It's going to be an all-day surgery. Major surgery, so if you're of the praying sort, please send one up for Andy and Angie and the Wilhoit family, please. I know they would appreciate that because they're literally he's in surgery as we speak in Knoxville. So you think you have problems? We all think we have problems, and we all do, but our mountain is somebody else's molehill, and somebody else's molehill is our mountain. So that's how it rolls. Anyway, let's get it going with the national anthem. We always do that to honor the greatest country in the world. That's us. And so here we go. The national anthem will crank up. Who gets to do it today? How about Loretta Bowers from right here in Elizabethton on the Tom Taylor Sports?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And back on the Tom Baylor Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us live here at Big John's Closeouts. Again, for $3.49, a faucet protector. You think, well, does it work? Absolutely works. You put it around the faucet handle, this loop, and then you stretch the cord away from the faucet, slide the lock so it holds it firmly against the wall, and there you go. It's insulated. You're outside the faucets, and it's going to warm back up. But, again, the next time we got cold weather coming in here, wherever you may be, Jimmy's down in Atlanta. I don't know whether you have cold weather in Atlanta today or not. But, anyway, anytime. Hello, sir. Would you do me a favor? Would you bring me one of those steel batteries that we're giving away so I can show it, please? Yeah, that extra $172 battery. Let's take a look at top 25 college basketball. The new polls are out this week. Tennessee at number 20 in the country. They will play tomorrow night. They will be up and running against Belmont. No, that's the Lady Vols. I have to double check and see who Tennessee plays, but they play tomorrow night. Oh, I didn't write it down. I left the house. Anyway, top 25, here we go. Houston, Purdue, UConn, Duke, and Arizona this week. Then you have Michigan, BYU, Alabama, Kentucky, and Florida rounding out the top 10. This is college basketball on the men's side. Texas Tech at number 11, Louisville 12th, St. John's 13th, Illinois 14th. UCLA number 15 this week. Then comes Iowa State, Michigan State, North Carolina, the Tar Heels number 18, Gonzaga 19th, and Tennessee again rounds out the top 20. Then you have Arkansas, Auburn, Creighton, Wisconsin, and Kansas. That's your top 25 in men's college basketball. So Houston was the number one in the poll released yesterday, swapping spots with Purdue by earning 3 more points overall. UConn, Duke, and Arizona round out the top 5. Only 4 teams hold their positions in the preseason poll. Yeah, no one moved in or out of the poll last week. Everybody stays the same, just some shuffling going on. UConn, Duke, and Arizona round out the top 5. Houston, which lost to Florida in the national championship game, number 1 for the first time since 2024, which is just last year. Arizona, folks moving up and down. Arizona moved up to 8. Alabama moved up 7. North Carolina climbed 7. Michigan State gained 5. So Southeastern Conference, Big 10 and Big 12 each had 6 teams in the top 25. The ACC and Big East were next with 3 each. West Coast Conference had 1 with number 19 Gonzaga. The Big 12 and SEC each had 3 top 10 teams. So there you go. So, again, your top 10 in college basketball this week: Houston, Purdue, UConn, Duke, and Arizona. Michigan, BYU, Alabama, Kentucky, and Florida. That's your top 10 this week. Who plays where tonight? Big one tonight in Louisville. Oh, yeah, in the KFC Center. 12th ranked Louisville, 9th ranked Kentucky. Yeah, 8 o'clock on ESPN. That's a biggie. Number 10, Florida will host Florida State tonight in men's basketball. 21st ranked Arkansas will be hosting Central Arkansas. Number 22, Auburn will be hosting Wofford. Other games involving top 25 teams: number 6, Michigan hosting Wake Forest tonight. Number 4, Duke goes to Army. Number 18, North Carolina, the Tar Heels will host Radford. You have Texas A&M Community College will be at number 25, Kansas. So the Jayhawks, number 25 in the country, hosting Texas A&M Community College. That should be a checkbook game. Then you've got 11th ranked Texas Tech and number 14 Illinois men's top 25 hoops. That's a big one. Top 25 teams playing head-to-head. You have Ball State will be in Wisconsin to battle the 24th ranked Badgers. Number 5 Arizona hosting Northern Arizona. Number 7 BYU hosting Delaware. And another one involving top 25 men's play. Number 23 Creighton, the Blue Jays, will be at number 19 Gonzaga to battle the Bulldogs. So there you go. Tennessee off tonight. And so the Big East would be number 11 Texas Tech and number 14 Illinois. Number 23 Creighton and number 19 Gonzaga. And number 9 Kentucky, number 12 Louisville. That's the marquee game of the night, no question. 2 teams, again, inside Kentucky bragging rights, and both ranked in the top 12. Louisville being 12 and Kentucky number 9. That'll be an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight on ESPN. That should be a good basketball game. Good test for both teams early in this young college basketball season. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're on the road. We're going to be joined by our buddy coming up here in a little while, Joseph Taylor, and also Jeff Birchfield's going to stop by, talk a little NASCAR. It is the off-season, but it really isn't. Some movement going on off the track. We'll tell you all about that. Last night right here, we brought you Lady Buff basketball. Hey, I thought they played really good. They played the number 2 team in the country. the Bethel University Lady Wildcats, and Milligan lost it 77-67. They were down by 20, 63-43. So, and you know, I never did add that up. That's a pretty good differential. 63, let's see, 77, 67. That's what I thought. We outscored them 24-14 down the stretch. It made it a ball game. And so Milligan loses, but again without Samaj Clark, who averages 19. She was in street clothes. She'll be ready to go tomorrow night. Lena Lyon from Elizabethton had an 18. There it is. Thank you, sir. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you. Lena Lyon Lightning, 18-point night. Jenna Hare had 14. Kenzie Campbell had 13. So, to me, it was a great sign to get ready for the conference, and the conference will get ready for Milligan. They're supposed to be in a rebuilding mode. They pushed them. I liked it. And they didn't waver. They didn't panic. Talking about Milligan under Kylie Greer. We'll be with them tomorrow night. Bernal University coming to town with the ACC opener, the Appalachian Athletic Conference. It'll be a good one. We got a doubleheader. The men will play Life University, which is one of the top teams in the country. That's going to be a good double dip tomorrow night at Steve Lacey at 5:30 and 7:30. Women will be at 5:30. The gents will be at 7:30 tomorrow night. So you're down 20 against the number 2 ranked team in the country. You can pretty much put a fork in them, but they didn't waver. They came right back, roaring back, and outscored them 24-14 down the stretch and lose by 10. I thought it was a great statement. And Lena Lyon was our player of the game. She was on the game afterwards on the court side and said, you know, I feel like it was a victory for us the way we battled back. I thought it was a great way to look at it. Hello, sir. How you doing? Man is on the move all the time. Every time I see him, you are running here, running. That's the UPS man. He on the move. The man in the brown car, brown truck, on the move all the time. Dropping off something here at Big John's Closeouts. Also from Milligan, Ella Mary Kearney was named the Women's NAI Athlete of the Week in the country after her outstanding record-breaking win at the cross-country championship in Knoxville over the weekend. She had an unbelievable 19.59 mark in the 6K championship. First time in history at the NAI level that anybody, the women's cross-country athlete, has broken the 20-minute mark in a 6K. 19:59. 19 minutes and 59 seconds. Wow. The women at Milligan won their 6th straight cross-country championship. She's heading off to the National NAI Cross-Country Championships in Tallahassee on Friday. The men's team at Milligan won their 7th straight cross-country championship. Little old Milligan, 1,200 kids, cranking it out. So Ella Mary Kearney, we got to get her on the show. Again, first lady in history, the NAI level, to go under 20 minutes for a 6K. 19 minutes and 59 seconds. That's awesome. So we'll have Buff basketball tomorrow night, a double dip. Hope you'll join us. Audio and video will be at Steve Lacey Fieldhouse on a Wednesday night, bringing it to you as they will take on, the ladies play Bernal out of Georgia, and the gentlemen will take on Life University. We're here again at Big John's Closeout, so all the implements right now, you get them free. Here's a free battery comes with it. We get a battery-powered chainsaw, hedge trimmer, leaf blower, weed eater. It comes with a battery, and so they, for a limited time, put this in with it. So you actually get this. If you came in and bought this, it's $171. $171. 36-volt battery. You get it free for a limited time. So when you get you buy these steel tools, you get one that comes with it. And on top of that, you get this extra one for free for a limited time. So this is how I do it and how most people do it. Hello, Junior. How you doing? Hello, Lexi Moore. How you doing, lady? So how I do it is got my battery in, running it, goes 30, 35 minutes, thereabouts, hard as you can go. And then I got this one charging, so I pop it out. I mean, it's like you push 2 buttons and the battery pops out at you. Put the next one in, which is this one charging. Take the one you've been using, put it back on the charger. Just keep going if you need to be. So anyway, this is part of it. $171 battery for free for a limited time. You buy a steel chainsaw, a weed eater, leaf blower, or a hedge trimmer. So any of those steel battery powered sitting right over, we sell a lot of steel. You know why? Because they're made where? Not in China, not in Pakistan, not in Vietnam, not wherever, which is okay. Those people got to do their thing too. But We buy, and as much as we can, American made. They got a lot of American made stuff here. The Worcester brushes. Mike will be here in a little while to talk about it. Also, here's the other little bag. This one comes with the little personal. We'll get that and show you. It's a great Christmas gift. Bought one of these. Treated myself last year with those little personal vacuum cleaners, handheld vacs, and so great for a car or anywhere. But this battery comes with it too. It's a different battery. It's a $60 battery for a smaller tool, but that's a good one. So we'll showcase that here in a little while. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at what do we got. Got some. Got some college news. Mr. Kelly down at LSU says, you all didn't fire me. This is kind of crazy how you look at it. He said, you didn't fire me correctly. I'm going to sue you because I was not terminally fired in the proper way. So I'm going to sue the school because you're going to fire me, but you didn't do it the right way. It's interesting. I read that 2 or 3 times. I thought, no, what? Yep. They are going to, or he's going to sue LSU because they didn't fire him the right way. There you go. I'm just going to read what I got. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're here again at Big John's Closeouts. Again, before we go to the break, let me show you these gloves real quick. Got these gloves to work outside, shovel snow, or just be cutting trees or whatever. These are the Stag Buffalo Winterline gloves for $16.99. I may need a pair of these myself. So, let me see. Oh, yeah. These rascals are warm. Leather with Winterline, $16.99. Huh. Right here, again at Big John's Closeouts. Somebody just bought me a pair. Here is a goatskin gloves, winter-lined. Fleece-lined Keystone thumb, soft and supple. Outdoor work for driving or working construction. $13.99 for these. Just a large wouldn't fit my hand. I ain't going to try that one on. So, but here's an extra large. And this is a water-resistant goatskin. There you go, water repellent. You'll be working around water and outside in cooler weather, cold weather. My hand's too big for that one, too. So there you go. But this is an extra large. And so these are available right here at Big John's Closeouts. And so got those. Be a good practical gift for Christmas, or just get one right now. Because the weather, it's going to warm back up. It's going to be in the 60s by Thursday and Friday. And so I look at the extended forecast. We don't have any cold weather like we've had yesterday and today in the forecast for the next, at least through this time next week. So it's a good thing. Veterans Day 2025. We will come back, talk sports. We will come back and play the military medley and salute a Veterans Day, because I consider talking about anything I want to talk about in this country right now. Anything as a free man in a democracy, because folks gave the ultimate sacrifice in the military branches: United States Army, United States Air Force, United States Navy, United States Coast Guard, and United States Marine Corps. Because of the folks, guys, and ladies that served down through the years protecting our freedoms, I consider talking about anything or anybody I want to, because I'm in a free country and a democracy, and thank God for that. So we will play the military medley coming up after this from Brummett Sports Shop on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit T-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brummett Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brummett Sports Shop, downtown Elizabethton. Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummettSportsShop.com. Phone 542-2321. Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton.
This is Pastor Mark Fowler, and we want to invite you to be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church sometime soon. And we're thankful for what God is doing, and we've had visitors almost every week. We have so many people that God is using His Word to accomplish a work in their life. And we want you to come. Now, I think about our society today, and there's a lot of talk about the negative aspects and generations and what's missing and what we're going to do and how do we face this social issue and how do we face that social issue. And that is always the buzz. And if we're not careful, we talk like God doesn't have an answer. 2 Timothy chapter 3 we looked at the other night together in our church, and it reminds us that yes, in the last days there's going to be some difficult things come, dangerous times, but the antidote is always God's Word. And so what we're trying to do is to provide Bible answers for today's tough questions. And we're building Believers by the Book. So we want your family to come. We're thankful to have a Sunday school hour and a junior church and master clubs and a youth group and all those things going on. But what we're trying to accomplish is to get the Word of God into the hearts and minds of God's people.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here again at Big John's Closeouts. And so the battery, I'm getting ready to show you this. This is the vacuum cleaner, the battery handheld vacuum, which is a really cool gift. You're 42 days out from Christmas to shop. It is $179.99 with a free battery. There you go. Thank you, sir. And so I'm going to show you this right here if I can reach it. Oh, yeah, we can reach it right here. Look, this is awesome. So if you are looking for a practical gift, see if I can get up here on the screen where you can see it. There it is. This thing does the trick. I've got one myself. Again, you want to vacuum out your car. You want to vacuum out if you got something to pick up, if you got pets, you got whatever. You need as I said, a battery handheld vacuum cleaner. There it is, $179.99. But this battery is a $60 battery comes with it. That's the extra battery for this particular tool. And so $180 plus a $60 battery, free. This comes with it. And you already got a battery too. So again, go back to you got one coming and you get an extra with it. So there you go. And that's something right here. They sell a ton of those. And again, I got one of those myself, and it is a great, great deal. I can tell you. All right, as promised, here we go. Veterans Day 2025. I'm proud to be an American. As long as I'm behind this microphone, this show, that's what we'll continue to tell you about. Again, as I said before the break, United States Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, Marine Corps. I get them all five of them, because the folks that served down through the years are veterans. In fact, we're having a veteran celebration. Mike is involved in the veteran celebration as we speak downtown here in Elizabethton. Because of the veterans, we can sit here and talk anything and about anything I want to talk about and not run the risk of getting in trouble, because we're in a free country. We're in America, a democracy, home of the free, land of the brave. Here we are, the military medley, where we get into the Brian Kelly story. It's interesting. He's suing the school because they didn't fire him the right way. Okay. Here we go, military medley to honor our veterans on Veterans Day 2025. Thank you again, guys and ladies in those 5 military branches, for protecting our freedoms. On the side of my car, I got a statement from late Charlie Daniels. Says only 2 things protect the United States of America: the grace of Almighty God, amen, and the United States military.
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go
That's an awesome tribute on Veterans Day 2025. By the way, here's the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross. Unashamedly, we do that. Psalms 34:4 says, I sought the Lord, and he answered me. Isn't that awesome? You go to a God that will hear you and answer you. He delivered me from all my fears. That's Psalms 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Then we finished it with saying, thank you, Lord Jesus, that when we look to you, we can have peace in what we're dealing with, knowing you're there every step of the way. Whew. You get me a new bell. My bell's busted. You get Baker on me to get me a bell. Hello, Baker. How you doing, lady? Baker is a good one, I'll tell you. So anyway, Facebook, there you go. Or not Facebook, but the verse of the day. Again, it is, as we said, Psalms 34:4. All right, now, so let's go to Brian Kelly. We're here live again at Big John's Closeouts. Hammer high prices. We showed you the vacuum cleaner. I say vacuum, battery handheld vacuum to be exact, for $180. And again, the free battery goes with it. It's a free $60 value right here. So if you're thinking about getting somebody something very practical for Christmas, there it is. Right here at Be Loyal, Buy Local, and buy it from Big John's Closeouts. As we always say, the big box stores don't sponsor the Cyclones and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, but my man does right here. He's going to be here in a little while. He's at the not the Memorial Day, but the Veterans Day service right now as we speak downtown. Speaking, as a matter of fact, and then he'll be here in a little while. And so this comes with it. See, price tag right there is $60 free. It's an extra battery for the battery handheld vacuum I showed you a few minutes ago. All right, an illegal filing against LSU's Board of Supervisors. Brian Kelly's attorneys say the LSU has taken the position it has not formally terminated Kelly as the football coach. He says, I'm still the coach. The school, according to the petition, is now seeking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying him a full buyout of nearly $54 million. That's what it comes down to. It's all about the jingle. School doesn't want to pony up the money in the contract they signed. The filing claims that LSU informed Kelly's representatives of this position on Monday. It's a 48-page lawsuit. Kelly initially relieved of his duties on October 26th after losing to Texas. At the time of his dismissal, he was said to be performance-related. And then athletic director Scott Woodward saying in a statement, we had high hopes that he would lead us to multiple SEC national championships during his time in Baton Rouge. Ultimately, the success, the level that LSU demands simply did not materialize. So they're canning this guy. The suit alleges that LSU told Kelly's representatives Monday that Woodward, who's no longer the athletic director, by the way, did not have the authority to terminate Coach Kelly or make the settlement offers to him in October. And so, therefore, Kelly was not officially terminated. Woodward left under pressure 4 days after getting rid of Kelly. That followed an October 29th news conference during which the governor of Louisiana publicly criticized Woodward and said Woodward would not be involved in hiring the next football coach. They got rid of him. Well, it opens up the door now for this lawsuit. Does it have any merit? Any lawsuit has merit to get the right attorney. So, LSU attempted to settle with Kelly multiple times, including an email that details offers from LSU to settle with Kelly for $25 million and later for $30 million. The email, which is part of the filing, says the $30 million offer would have come in 2 installments and included the elimination of mitigation. Basically, when we write you a check, 2 checks, you're just going to go away. Kelly did not agree to either one of them. Kelly came to LSU from Notre Dame and went 34-14 while coaching LSU. So I think it's a hornet's nest. I think he's got a leg to stand on. I'm not an attorney, but it sounds a little iffy to me. Of course, the governor fires the athletic director and said, you didn't do this right, handle it right. So that right there, to me, is an admission of guilt because he got rid of the guy. So anyway, stay tuned. Brian Kelly says he's still the coach, but it all comes down to the money, the $54 million buyout. LSU didn't want to pay him. Then he's got proof where they had the $30 million in two payments basically just to go away, and he said, no, I'm not doing that. So stay tuned. All right, here's another lawsuit. City of Pasadena, California, in the Rose Bowl. They are filing a suit to prevent UCLA from leaving the Rose Bowl Stadium and ending its lease until pending litigation against the school is resolved. What's the backbone of this? The Rose Bowl, a National Historic Landmark with seating capacity of 89,000, has been home to UCLA games since 1982. The program is attempting to move its games to the newer SoFi Stadium, which is 14 miles closer to the school's campus and has a capacity of 70,000. This season, the average attendance for the Bruins, who are 3-6 and 3-3 in the Big Ten, in their 5 home games is roughly 39,000, trying to downsize. So they're trying to go to a smaller stadium. They're trying to leave, but they've got a lease to go through 2043 to play at the Rose Bowl. And now they say, we don't want to be at the Rose Bowl. We want to go to the SoFi Stadium, so they're trying to get out of it. And the City of Pasadena and the Rose Bowl Operating Committee are filing a lawsuit against UCLA to make them stay and live up to the bargain, or live up to the agreement, rather. Which I get that, too, if you sign the paper. So stay tuned for that one, too. Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're on the road. We are. We're here today. Coming up, Joseph Taylor and Jeff Birchfield will join us, along with Mike Barnett, of course, from right here, the owner of Big John's Closeouts. All right, Monday Night Football, the Eagles. I thought it was a very interesting, entertaining football game, what little I saw of it. 10-7 win did the Eagles beat the Packers at Lambeau on Monday night. Final score 10-7. The Eagles win it. Jalen Phillips, who just came over from Miami last week, had a big night last night. 7 pressures, 6 tackles, 2 quarterback hits, and a fumble recovery. His stuff on the 4th and 1 with about a minute 30 remaining in the game led to a Josh Jacobs fumble that sealed the win for the Eagles. They win at 10-6 in Lambeau last night to go 7-2. The Eagles looks like they're for real again this year. Other NFL news, Joe Burrow says he hopes to be back by Thanksgiving Day when they play the Ravens. 2 years ago, Burrow suffered a season-ending wrist injury during a November primetime game. Officially returned to practice yesterday in a limited capacity. Hopes to be ready to go. Of course, he's out with toe surgery. A turf toe injury, to be exact. Burrow didn't rule out the notion that the team's overall record will factor into the decision getting back. Cincinnati's 3-6. Has lost 5 of their 6 games since he left, since he got hurt. Bengals have lost 5 out of 6 since Burrow's been on the sideline. So he hopes to get back. They want him back, but a toe injury for a quarterback, keep thinking, that toe injury for any of us would be tough. Just be able to walk and maintain without pain in your toe, turf toe. But to be a quarterback and have turf toe, I would think it would be very difficult to do virtually anything on the football field, because the turf toe and everything that's required of your toes and your feet as a quarterback to be successful, and to any of us really, to be able to walk around and to just walk around pain-free. With a turf toe injury, I would think it would be very difficult for a quarterback. So anyway, Burrow hopes to be back by Thanksgiving. The Bengals want him back because they're suffering. Major League Baseball, Rookie of the Year named yesterday. Atlanta Braves catcher got it. Drake Baldwin took home the honors in the National League as the Rookie of the Year. And Oakland first baseman Nick Kurtz was the American League Rookie of the Year. Kurtz, 30 first-place votes after hitting .290 with 36 home runs and 86 RBIs. On July 25th against the Astros, Kurtz had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 home runs in one game. Only the 20th player ever to hit 4 home runs in one game. So, he's the 14th unanimous winner in American League history. Hands down wins the Rookie of the Year. Nick Kurtz, K-U-R-T-Z, the first baseman for the Oakland Athletics. On the National League side, as we said, Drake Baldwin, again for the Braves, hit .274, 19 home runs, 80 RBIs. So there's your 2 rookies, Kurtz for the A's in the American League and Baldwin for the Braves in the National League. We got more awards coming out, and we'll do that tomorrow. We have Mr. Baseball with us. We're here live again at, as we said, Big John's Closeouts. Again, I'll go back to this. It's a pretty basic thing, but this could save you, like weather we had last night down at, what was it, when I went to bed, 20, 26, 27 degrees. Wind chill was colder. This is $3.49. You put these on your faucet outside. This is the faucet. Put on covered up. It's insulated. It's plastic, or styrofoam, I should say, with a felt edge around it, go up against your home. And I remember last year I had people that I knew that the pipes froze inside the wall, busted, because the faucet burst from the outside because it was exposed to cold weather. For $3.49, you can make a difference. A faucet protector from right here, Big John's. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. Wow, $3.50. Put one per faucet protector. So you got multiple faucets on the outside of your home. We're going to warm back up. It's going to be in the 60s by Thursday and Friday here. So this was a small blip on the screen, but more cold weather's coming. You would be wise to come down here and buy these for $3.50 a piece, or $3.49. Call it $3.50. So it's one of the things you can get here at Big John's Closeouts. Let's see. Here is insulation. I can't talk about this like Mike does. He knows it, but he'll be here in a little while. He's at the Memorial Veterans Day service downtown. Pipe wrap insulation kit, $3.99. Stops sweating and dripping on cold water pipes. Stops wasteful heat loss on hot water pipes. $3.99. Are your pipes wrapped, rather? So it's fiberglass right here, $3.99. You take that and this, $3.50 and $4. What is that? $7.50. So for less than $10, you can get these right here. Would probably do you a lot of good to protect you. And it's basic, simple stuff, and it's obviously not very costly. It's $10 for both of those combined, less than $10. So anyway, that's what some of the things you get here for cold weather. We got more coming. Again, 50s tomorrow, 60s on Thursday and Friday. We got 60s all the way now, and the 50s and 60s all the way through next week, as far as you can see the extended forecast. So it's okay. National Hockey League last night. The Predators lose on the ice. Got skated past by New York 6-3 was the final. The Islanders, Edmonton, and Florida also win on the ice. Tonight, full slate. Who skates where? Toronto skates in Boston, L.A., and Montreal. Dallas will be in Ottawa against the Senators. Washington skates in Carolina. The St. Louis Blues home to Calgary tonight. San Jose will be in Minnesota. Colorado, the Avalanche hosting Anaheim. Winnipeg will be in Vancouver against my favorite name, the Canucks. And Columbus skates in Seattle. In the National Hockey League on this Tuesday, Veterans Day, celebrating the birthdays of Demi Moore, who's 63, and Leonardo DiCaprio, who is 51 today. Those are the birthdays. Hello, Anna Berryman. How you doing, Berryman? How you doing, lady? That's a new name. Thank you, Anna, for watching the show. We are on our way to, as you see on the screen, we are 7 away from 2,400. We'll have a little celebration. I think, I'll wait to confirm it. I know I'm 99% sure we're going to have the celebration, but we hope you will come by. 2,400 shows, a lot of talk. I've been doing it for 10 years. On our way to 3,000. I think that's going to be our goal. And at that point, I think I'm going to ride off in the sunset and let somebody else do this. So, but we got, 607 shows to go. That's a lot of yapping. So to get 3,000, but we're getting ready to hit another plateau, another milestone at 2,400. Looks like next week or the week after. So we are very excited and very proud of that. And so you may not give two hoots about it. We're kind of proud of it. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at high school football. Virginia set their playoffs, and Tennessee's already in week 2 of their playoffs. We'll take a look at high school football next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on the road at Big John's Closeouts, where we, hammer high prices. Tell us why. A lot of real estate companies out there. Why David Collins and Collins and Company?
Well, we service before and after the sale. I think that's a big thing. And follow through on phone calls. I think, and I have a lot of people just comment on how professional our website is, how professional our agents are, and what we do and how we follow through with things. For instance, I'm not telling the name of a real estate company or anything like that. That's had a buyer that bought one of our houses through another agency, and she just called me. She said, my agent didn't show up at closing, didn't bring me any keys. We didn't do a final walkthrough. That's pretty sad. And, I just want to let folks know, you come here, you're going to get service, follow through. We're going to work through with you, follow you through the process, help you through the process. You don't have a lender. We've got lenders we recommend, attorneys for closing we recommend, and you get full service here.
End of story. Full service. Phone number to call?
423-543-5741.
A 97% closing ratio, folks. Collins and Company, great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get
Yes,
there.
you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Bailey Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's take a look at Virginia high school football. We got small print on the Tennessee bracketing, so we'll put on our Food City glasses. Hello, this is Coach Steve Shipley. How you doing, sir? Hello, Brendan Grindstaff. You know what we say. Hello, darling. How you doing? All right, let's take a look at Virginia football. Starts this weekend. Gate City 7-3, the 5th seed in Region 2D, will travel to face Graham, the G-men in Bluefield, Virginia, at 7-3. The other half of the bracket will be number 7 Richland, 6-4, number 2 Ridgeview at 9-1. And Lebanon, the Pioneers at number 6 at 7-3. Lebanon will come into Virginia to battle Virginia High, the Bearcats, who are number 3 seed at 8-2. So Gate City at Graham. You have Richlands at Ridgeview and Lebanon at Virginia High. In 1D, Rye Cove, the number 3 seed at 7-3, will host number 6 Holston Friday night. While number 7 Twin Springs at 6-4 will travel to face Chilhowie at number 2 seed at 9-1. So it'll be the Fighting Titans will be in Chilhowie to battle the Warriors. Other half of that bracket will be number 1 and unbeaten Eastside at 10-0, hosting number 8 Royal Retreat at 4-6 in Virginia high school football playoff action, which is that's a good thing. Let's go to Tennessee. We'll run them all down for you. A lot of these are out of our area. Most of them are out of our area, but just for saying sake, we've cut it from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep, Sweet 16. Single A, it'll be Rockwood at Sail Creek, Joe Burns at Coalfield, Oliver Springs will be at South Pittsburgh, Clay County hosting Midway, Richland hosting South Fulton in Single A, McKenzie home to Greenfield, Dresden home to Fayetteville, and in Middle College will be hosting Eagleville. That's in Single A. Sweet 16 in 2A football. Happy Valley Warriors. Hope to have Coach Jared on the show tomorrow. Happy Valley will be hosting Bledsoe County on Warriors Hill at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Go Warriors. Eagleton hosting Grundy County. South Green, Go Rebels are going to be traveling to Marion County. South Green at 8-3. Marion County at 10-1. Happy Valley, by the way, at 11-0. Bledsoe County, their opponent, at 9-2. There are no cream puffs now. We found it out last week against a good Gibbs football team. Their coaches watched the show, by the way. Hello down at Gibbs. DeJuan Harris, Keith Jones, Tucker Ownby. Those are the guys. They can play. They got a good football team. Coach Witten said that as much yesterday. So it was, and there ain't no cream. That's bad English. There's not any cream puffs now. No easy peasies. Gordonsville hosting Oneida on Friday night in 2A. Lewis County home to Huntington. East Robertson. Hello, Carrie Reed. How you doing, dear? Peabody will be at East Robertson. Milan and Mount Pleasant and Fairley out in the west part of the state will be hosting East Nashville. So there again, there's your travel. Fairley will be hosting East Nashville. So you're going from Nashville to Memphis to play that game on Friday night. A lot of travel. All right, in 3A football, Gatlinburg Pittman will be hosting Forest. GP at 11-0. Meigs County hosting Saguache County. Unicoi County, the Blue Devils go Unicoi County on the road. They will go to Chattanooga Tyner. There again, travel. Irwin to let's go this way. I'll be a terrible weatherman. Where am I? Irwin, Chattanooga. You get the drift. It's a long haul. Unicoi County at 9-2. Chattanooga Tyner at 10-1. They'll play that in Chat on Friday night. Go Blue Devils. You have other 3A games. You have Giles County hosting McMinn Central. Covington home to Sycamore. Fairview hosting Dyersburg. Westview will be home to Westmoreland. Westview, the home of Mr. Ty Simpson, the quarterback for Alabama. We saw him a couple of years ago when they played Hampton in the state football tournament down the same day we played and lost to Tullahoma in the state championship, and they lost to them in the state championship. Melrose will be hosting Maplewood. That's in 3A football. 4A playoffs coming up. Everything starts at 7. Behave yourself, would you? You're a good man. Greenville. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hope to see me at the pool this summer. Yeah. Yep, we love swimming. All right, so you got Greenville at home against White County. Blue Devils. Green Devils at 10-1. White County at 8-3. Anderson County, the Mavericks hosting Stone Memorial. Red Bank will take on the Gibbs Eagles. Again, a good football team. They're the real deal. They could play. That unbalanced offensive set caused us problems. DeJuan Harris, great wideout. Quarterback Keith Jones. Running back was Tucker Umby. They could play. Gibbs will travel to Red Bank. Alcoa will be at Upperman. Good luck, Bees, because Alcoa, the Tornadoes, at 10-1. They can play. Upperman's a 9-2. Dyer County will be at Marshall County in 4A. Crockett County will be at Pearl Cone. South Gibson will host Spring Hill, and Springfield will be home to Lexington in 4A football. Then you go to 5A. Sevier County, the only one from our neck of the woods. Hello, Dale Hammett, Big Daddy Dale, and Mary Carden. Hello, later. Getting ready to talk about the boutique here in a second. Terry said we're helping. I love that. It just pleases me to know that we're helping get the word out for the boutique. They had a big Sunday there in the Christmas open house. Sevier County, the Smoky Bears hosting Walker Valley. Knox Powell hosting Lincoln County. Halls will be home to Lawrence County. Columbia will be in the Sweet 16 hosting the Knox Central Bobcats. Page High School will be hosting Kirkwood. Munford will travel to Beach. Henry County will host Nolensville, and Memphis Central in 5A will be hosting Centennial. Then in 6A, 2 of our local teams still going. Good luck to Joey Christian and Dobbins Minute hosting Blackman on Friday night. Big good game to watch. Blackman 10-1. The Tribes 10-1. Maryville will host Riverdale, who upset Lebanon last week. They had 4 upsets in 6A football. Maryville will be hosting Riverdale. Murfreesboro, Oakland, home to Bradley Central. Science Hill got one of those upsets. They went and beat Oak Ridge at Oak Ridge. The Hilltoppers at 8-3. We hope to have Coach Carter on the show tomorrow at Chick-fil-A. They'll go to Green Hill. I have no clue where Green Hill is. Green Hill High School. They're 9-2. Science Hill's 8-3. I know it's a haul wherever they're going. It's out in the middle part of the state, I know that, but it's a long trip. You have Clarksville, who got upset by Independence. Independence will be going to Whitehaven on Friday night. Ravenwood will be hosting Houston, who upset Germantown. Houston is 3-7. Germantown was 7-3 and got beat. So Houston will go to Ravenwood in 6A football. Collierville hosting Antioch, and Southwind will be home to Brentwood. That's your high school football playoffs, Sweet 16. Everybody's still going single elimination, all the teams we told you. So locally, it's Unicoi County, it's Greenville, it's Science Hill, it's Dobbins Minute, and that's it, right? Yeah. Locally, Tri-Cities proper, Science Hill, Dobbins Minute, Greenville, Unicoi County, and South Green. 5 teams still playing. So hello, Colin Nidifer. How you doing? So good luck to all of our local teams. He's here. Well, you can do it here in about 5 minutes as soon as you get purdied up. So, well, whatever. I've talked about the vacuum. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. It's your show and your store, sir. So, yep, 5 minutes. If you want to talk anything you want to talk about. Hello, Joanne Smith. How you doing, Dale Hammett, Mary Carden? So he's back from the Veterans Day service, which is awesome. All right, quick break. NFL football. We told you Monday Night Football, the Eagles going to Lambeau Field to meet the Packers. We got the schedule for this week starting Thursday night. We got the NFL schedule for this week. We got hello, Brother Stout. How you doing? I'm doing good, sir. So we got some good NFL football games this week. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take a look at that right after the break. Mike's here to join us, too. We'll do that right after this from one of our great sponsors, the good folks at the Eagle Center downtown. It's holiday shopping season. Time to get down and shop. We got 42 days to shop till Christmas. 42 days. And one of the places you can go to is the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton. In downtown Elizabethton, proud sponsor of Cyclones, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Holiday season shopping, you want to come here to the Eagle Center and do your Christmas shopping. Tell us why.
We just have a building full of anything you could want. We have very unique items. My vendors are very great at searching out unique things that you won't find just everywhere, and some things that are good for every person on your shopping list.
Mm-hmm. What's your slogan?
We like to say that things tell a story when people no longer can. Have a lot of things in this building that tell stories of the past and things that just add a lot of interest to your decor.
2 stories, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
How do we find you on social media?
And we're on Facebook as Eagle Center Co-op and on Instagram as Eagle Center Antiques.
Holiday shopping's here, folks. Do your Christmas shopping here in downtown and Elizabeth and Eagle Center. Be loyal, buy local, and buy it from the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton. Double C Western Supply in Elizabethton, your cowboy store, and so much more. We have shoes and boots for guys and gals. We have kids' boots and shoes for the little people, too. Ball caps, Marriott Wrangler, and a large selection of Huey. We have purses, billfolds, handbags. We carry a full line of Montana Silversmith jewelry. We have both Lane Frost and Huey cologne and perfumes. We even have several styles of rugs to choose from, and a large kids section full of boots and shoes and jeans and dresses and even stuffed animals. And jeans, and more jeans, both work and casual for guys and gals. Ariat Wrangler in all sizes and styles. T-shirts for men, women, and kids. For cold weather, we have fleece tops and sweaters. And racks full of men's shirts, including the George Strait line from Wrangler. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts for men and women. Vests and jackets for the cold days and nights for the guys and the ladies. We have a full line of tack and cowboy hats for cowboys and cowgirls, along with belts and a great selection of saddles. So you see, it is a cowboy store and more. Double C Western Supply, Railroad Street, Elizabethton. Find us on Facebook and at doublecwesternsupply.com. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here again. Thank you for going down. You did the Veterans Day service, is that correct?
Yeah, we had a little Veterans Day service down at the actually the wall, where we have all the blocks with the veterans' names and things of that nature. Had a good turnout, even though it's sort of a little windy, a little raw down there as far as that nature, but we did have a good turnout, and naturally we change out the flags, and Rusty Crow gets us some new flags to go up, from the different branches of service, and we honor all the men and women that have served our country, and it's always a good thing. It's a humbling thing to think about the sacrifice that our veterans have made, both those that have given the ultimate sacrifice and the others that went and served, and were willing to go overseas or even serve here locally to support those that were overseas and,
Amen.
and their families that supported them while they were gone. So, I think it's a time when we do need to reflect and stop and be very thankful. We're one of the freest nations in the world still at this time, and we need to protect that freedom.
Amen. Well put. We spotlight them twice a year, Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Quite frankly, our veterans should be spotlighted every day, because we can sit here as Mike and I are two free American guys in the democracy in which we're in and say what we want to say about what we want to say, and it's okay because we're a democracy. We're in America. Hello, Debbie Garner. Hello to Brenda Gronseth. Hello, Joanne Smith. Joanne's had a little bout, but she's feeling better. That's good. So thank you, lady, for watching the show. We are here. So when Mike was gone, I went and talked about this, and I don't know this is his bailiwick, but for $3.49, and we had our first snippet of cold weather, and so it's going to be up in the 50s and 60s now. So it's a little tease of what's coming. For $3.49, this could be a lifesaver. Nothing worse, I would think, than your faucet freezes and the pipes pop and burst in behind your wall at your home. You have to go in and redo the whole wall. All the things that could happen go wrong. And all you had to do is come down here and spend $3.49. This could be a lifesaver, couldn't it?
Oh, it can. It absolutely can, because a lot of times, like you say, where the faucet actually screws in, a lot of times that's in the cavity of the wall, because they're a freezeless faucet, but people accidentally leave their hose bibs or, leave their water hoses on, so the hose bib freezes and stuff of that nature. And so you got to try to get in there and try to undo it, and need somebody inside holding the pipe so it don't turn, and somebody outside trying to turn the faucet. And it's a long drawn out process sometimes. Then you have to get the right length to go back so you don't have to redo your plumbing. So, it's just a preventative measure that can save you a whole lot of time going forward.
So I said before we got here, for $10 or less than this is $4. That's $3.50. So you can do the math. $7.50 and some tax. This is the pipe wrap insulation kit. Tell us about this in Big John's.
Yeah, now that's just your actual little fiberglass wrap. It comes with a little plastic sheathing that goes over it to keep it from, drawing moisture or getting damp if it's in a damp location. And then, of course, you can put some duct tape on each end, and you've got that covered. You've also got your foam. More and more people are going to the foam pipe insulation. It comes in 6-foot pieces. You can get it to fit 1/2-inch pipe, 3/4 inch, and on up. But, the most popular we have around here, a lot of people are insulating PEX, or they're insulating the old CPVC that was the beige-colored pipe that was used primarily, for quite a while, a few years ago. You can insulate that in 6-foot sections, tape the ends together, and just keep going. And so you can easily insulate a pretty long section of pipe pretty quickly and stuff of that nature, and that, that serves the purpose.
Be loyal, buy local, buy from Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton, where we hammer high prices. As I said all the time, before we got here, the big boys don't support the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, and he does. We've got the Jamboree coming up Thursday night, the basketball Jamboree. All the teams at Sullivan East going to showcase all of them up there, along with Elizabethton. That'll be East. I'll get in and get in trouble. I'll forget them. East, Tennessee I, Crockett, Boone, and Elizabethton. The University Eyes will come along to make it an even 6 teams. Oh, they're not in our league, so we're going to showcase and show you the Jamboree. I think they all play 10-minute quarters. I think it is on Thursday night from East. Mike's going to be sponsoring that. We got Cyclone football basketball cranking up. Week after next, we'll start going with that. He's there. We did T.A. Duggar basketball last week. He was there. He was on the broadcast as one of our sponsors. So be loyal. Buy local, buy from the mom and pops, which is what this is. Let's show this battery right here. This is really cool. I showed you this earlier. I bought this last year. Mike said he didn't talk me into it. I said, man, I'd like to get a little vacuum cleaners. Man, this is it. A little vacuum set. Now we've got 42 days till Christmas. If you're looking for a practical gift, maybe the next segment he can bring some practical Christmas gift giving ideas. Here's one for $180, $179. You get a free battery. So here's the battery comes with it. You already get one with it. This is a $60 battery, absolutely free. It pops in the back of this vacuum. I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to let Mike describe it. Here it is. I bought one myself. Love it. Use your car, around your house. It's lightweight. It's great if you have a female, and I'm not being sexist, but a female a widow or an older lady that can't hold some big cumbersome thing, that's very nice. It weighs, I think you're talking, what, 5 pounds or less?
Oh yeah, it's very, very light. You know, you don't have to worry about getting out your extension cords or pulling a vacuum from inside and trying to go outside and get in there and vacuum out the car and stuff, as far as that nature. In fact, mine's still in the truck out there. I've got one, it's charged up. I'm pretty messy getting in and out, walking the dogs and stuff at the house. I've got leaves everywhere, so here I go. I've always got stuff on the floorboard of my vehicle. So I just went ahead and bought me one. I put it in there. I keep it charged up. I vacuum the seats off, vacuum the floors, whatever. And you don't have to worry about, dragging, like you said, that canister vac out or that handheld, finding a receptacle outside or putting an extension cord and raising the garage door. And maybe it's cold. You still need to get something vacuumed up, but you don't want to have the garage door open or the outside doors open or whatever. And it's, so it does make it very, very convenient, as well as all the other battery stuff. Me and you are loaded down with battery trimmers and blowers and chainsaws and stuff of that nature. And all that stuff is just so convenient to have, where you don't have all the gas fumes. You don't have to worry about the mixes and stuff of that nature. If you've got a number of items, you can swap batteries out, anything from the AK-10 up to the AK-30 that we keep the batteries here for. So, it makes it very, very convenient, especially for something that you need to do quickly and you don't have just a major tree down. You can get limbs cut up. I cut up limbs that are as big as our arms with my battery powered chainsaw, and that's excellent, because I'm surrounded by trees. I've always got stuff down, some of those things you just have to cut up. You can't break them up, so, it just makes it real convenient. Throw that battery chainsaw in there and go. The leaves have been coming down like crazy. I know I've blowed my driveway off probably at least 3 or 4 times, and so I get out that battery blower and put that AK-30, which lasts a little bit longer than some of the smaller batteries naturally, because it's a little bit bigger and stuff of that nature. So I get out there, blow the leaves off, and then I'm ready to mulch them up with the lawnmower a little bit later.
Show them the battery right here. I actually brought one. This is what you get for free. So this will come. This is $171 value. There it is. This comes with it for a limited time. You get one anyway. So you get 2, and as I said earlier in the show, you put the one in, you've got it, and how do you take it out? You hit the thing twice, and it pops out. I mean, it's so easy. When he sold me these, made me a believer. So this comes with it, so you pop the one out. It runs probably 30, 35 minutes at a time, the way on my leaf blower, I remember that. And then this, when it runs down, it's got the color coded right there. So, well, how long does it last? You see the little bars, and when you get down to 1, you pop it out. Put this one in on the charger, put that one back on the charger, you just keep going. So this is free for a limited time. It's a $100. If you came in and bought it, it's $171 value, absolutely free. Comes with any attachment you buy. Chainsaw, leaf blower, weed eater, hedge trimmer, any of those that are battery powered from Steel here at Big John's. Made in America, not in China, Pakistan, Vietnam, wherever, Poland. Made in America, love it. So there you go. Now, you want to talk about these gloves.
We've just got our winter gloves back in, so if you're looking for some gloves, in fact, I bought this pair. That's what I wore down to the veterans ceremony this morning. They're lined. They're fairly soft. They're easy to actually do some outside work in. If I'm going to be out blowing the leaves or maybe sawing up some things, I'll go ahead and throw that pair on now, because I can save my more dress gloves for church, which we need to look a little better maybe at church, but this would be even reasonable enough to wear to church.
These are water resistant too, right?
That's right. Works out. So, we've got a number of different type gloves, so you can find anything from goat skin, buffalo, different things of that nature, of course, that you can come up with, and all that nature to keep your hands warm when you're getting in and out and stuff of that nature. We do have even jersey gloves. If some people just like a brown jersey glove, we've got a winter line jersey glove. That's got a red lining. It's a fleece lining inside, so that helps you a little bit. If you want something that gives you a little bit more, flexibility with your hands and stuff, the jersey glove would be the one that would do that.
$14 for that one. $17 for the Buffalo winter line. All these under $20, and then this
is $15.99. The one that I bought.
$16
as far as that goes. So it works out real well and stuff of that nature. So it's good and stuff of that nature. And then as we talk about winter, sitting behind me here, where hopefully you can see it, we've got the Pink Panther insulation and stuff of that nature. just wanting to remind people, as you get closer into the colder weather, and it's coming, it's going to get here. We're going to get a little reprieve for a few days, and then naturally it'll start turning a little bit colder. If you're getting drafts through the floor, or you get up in the attic maybe and you're just looking around, and you're saying, have I got enough insulation? Am I covered? My electric bills seem to be getting higher and higher as far as that goes. You can get all your insulation, everything from R13, R19, R30, R38, and 15-inch to 23-inch, different length rolls. So if you just need a little bit, you can find it here. If you need something for a larger job, or you're wanting to do the whole attic, or do half the attic, or do half the floor under your living spaces and stuff of that nature, we've got the Pink Panther insulation here. It's in stock. Just come in and get with us, and we'll go ahead and, get you fixed up with what you need.
And if you don't know, you rattle off a bunch of numbers. If you don't know what you need, then that's why they're here. They can help you, because he just hits you different links and R this and R that. It's
it's normally preferred that you have at least R19 in your floor joist. So you've got that, which that's about 6 1/4 inch thick, and they're looking at least R38 on up into your attic insulation. And we are going to be getting back in the very, very near future, our blow-in insulation. We lost our supplier for our blow-in. We have a machine, for people that want to get up there and just take the hose, somebody down the hopper feeding the bags in. Mm-hmm. You're up there, you've got a hose, you can spray it all the way across your attic. You don't have to worry about rolling the rolls out. You don't have to worry about getting each individual between each individual truss. Mm-hmm. You can stand back and blow it and stuff of that nature. Just need to remember that you need to leave air space for your overhang so you can get air movement. We have baffles for that to keep insulation from blocking your vents or your vented soffit or whatever. We've got the baffles here for that. But we'll be getting the blow-in insulation in probably in the next week to 2 weeks. So when we have the machine already here that you can rent, and it's a very reasonable thing. We just ask for a rental charge for the blower. Once you return it and all the parts, we give you your check back or whatever, or your cash deposit, and you can come in and also blow in insulation if you'd like.
What the man just talked about in the last 7 or 8 minutes is all up here. It's product. There's not a note on the table. It's all product knowledge. Hours are open, sir.
We're here 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, and 8 to 4 on Saturday. And so we're always here and closed on Sunday for worship.
It's always comforting to come in here, especially when I come in. Most of the time I come in, I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's they solve problems. But I never come in like I used to go to these big box stores. So it's not my department, or I'm going on break. You don't hear that here. They'll give you help, and that's the name of the game here. Big John's Closeouts. You get help, and that's you walk in and the thing I've found, and I've asked some really dumb questions. I may walk out the door and they giggle at me, but to my face, no question's a dumb question. So when I come in asking goofy things, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we can fix that. So don't think you walk in like I do and ask goofy questions, because
there's no wrong question. There isn't. No, not at all. Because when I started, I didn't know the difference probably between a 2x4 and a piece of plywood, but that was back in 1977. And I've learned a little bit in the time I've been here since then.
Yeah. This ain't your first rodeo.
All righty.
We'll come back a little while and talk about flooring, which he'll be here next segment, and maybe bring in a couple of, because he's right, we got a reprieve, but more cold weather's coming. He's got some things to show you to keep you warm from right here at Big John's Closeouts. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. He's here. He's ready to go. He is our buddy, and he is the one, the only Jeff Birchfield. He's brought something. I don't know what he's brought, but we'll see. Well, he joins us next, talking a little NASCAR, a little high school football on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tom Taylor Sports Show got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide, and we've implemented it with hard work behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now
Yes,
at all locations. Our locations are
they are in Rome Mountain, they are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office, and then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
social media. How do we find
You
you?
can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or BeMyCU.org.
And the magic main number is
423-547-1200.
brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Tom Davis Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Davis Sports Show, look who stopped by, my buddy Jeff Birchfield, sports writer, John City Press, Kingsport Times News. We always enjoy him coming by. And so, your mama made me something, is that right?
Made you a special treat here, some Mexican cornbread with
Still warm.
Still warm. Got a lot of cheese on top.
Oh,
Got the corn in it, so you'll really like that. We're going to see how what a nice guy you are if you're going to share with Mike Barnett here at Big
no,
John's.
I'm not going to share with Mike Barnett. I love Mike Barnett, but no, ain't no sharing. I'm going to go home and this afternoon, sit down and watch me a cowboy movie, Lonesome Dove or 310 to Yuma, whatever. Outlaw Josie Wells, and I'm going to delve into this thing. So do I need to nuke it when I get home or eat it as is, or I need to put it in the microwave?
I mean, that's up to you. You can probably put it in the microwave, or I think it's actually good when it's not even heated and stuff. But
So I won't mess it up.
no, it would be good too if you were at Phil's today and you had some of that good brisket chili they make to have it with that.
We'll be there Thursday. So we'll just keep, I may just take it with me Thursday and wrap it up tenfold and give me some brisket out there Thursday.
I'd say if you start on it today, there probably won't be any left by Thursday.
No.
I'm just going to guess. So.
No, you're probably right, because
You
oh man, that thing's so your mama's been cooking for you and Penny's been cooking for you too. What's Penny been cooking?
Penny cooks for me. I mean, she makes the best biscuits and gravy around better than any restaurant. And then
Really?
she made me a special supper on Sunday. Had some salmon patties and some macaroni and tomatoes and green beans and regular cornbread, which was you can tell I've not been starving.
Check that phone. When was it? Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
See if I got a phone call from Birchfield. Come over and have lunch. Let's see. No, I didn't get any phone calls Monday to come enjoy the salmon patties and what else did you have? Mac and cheese?
Macaroni and tomatoes, actually.
Lord have
I like macaroni and tomatoes. Hadn't had those in a long time, and then had green beans and cornbread with it, so it was a good combination.
You're spoiling her and she's spoiling you. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes. That's the way you do it, right?
I reckon.
That's awesome. So anyway, we're talking. This is our food segment. So thank you, Mama Birchfield, for the Mexican cornbread. I'll jump on that this afternoon on the way home, or when I get home, rather. No doubt about that. Man, you can smells good in here, doesn't it?
It does. I had a bite earlier, so it's good.
You took some out of mine?
Not out of yours.
But don't be taking none out of my food. I'll jack you up now. I'll jack your jaw. Don't be taking none of my food. Your mama made that for me. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll open that up a little bit and sniff of it. It's got that cheese baked on top, so you'll like that.
Oh, my gosh. If I wouldn't embarrass myself, I'd just take my fingers and rake it right now and get some, but I'm going to act like I got some couth. So, anyway, we got lots to talk about. High school football, we got, I think I counted 5 teams still alive. Unicoi County, Greenville, South Green, Dobbins Bennett, Science Hill. Did I get them all?
You forgot the Happy Valley Warriors.
Happy Valley, I forget them. I hope to have him on the show tomorrow. So, Happy Valley, South Green, that's in 2A, Unicoi County in 3A, Greenville in 4A, Dobbins Bennett, Science Hill in 6A.
Yeah.
That's 6 teams still going.
And I had a couple of those teams last week. I had Happy Valley on Friday night, and the Thursday night I had Science Hills what I guess most people considered an upset down at Oak Ridge.
Yeah, let's talk about those. Happy Valley, they thrashed Tellico Plains. We had Coach Jarrett on the show last week. I think he's going to try and come again tomorrow, too. We're going to be at Chick-fil-A and talk about their game on Friday night at Warriors Hill. And so you covered that one. Let's talk about that one and also talk about, it was a big upset. Science Hill went down and beat Oak Ridge. First time, I think you put in the article, first time since 70?
1970.
Yeah.
Now, it's not like when, to be clear on that, Science Hill and Oak Ridge have not played that often like Oak Ridge and Dobbins Bennett has. That's been a pretty good rivalry over the years, but Science Hill and Oak Ridge played infrequently. But, yeah, that was a great win for Science Hill. They were down 31-21, start of the fourth quarter. Comes back, scores a touchdown, 34 seconds left. Lane Clement hits Braden Austin for a touchdown pass, and then Oak Ridge comes right down the field, and they have a shot at the end zone, the last play of the game, and Branson Newberry gets the interception. Could have almost been called either way because then the Oak Ridge player ripped the ball out of his hand, but the officials made the right call, and Science Hill did win the game.
That's awesome. Joseph Taylor joins us coming up here in a second. We're here live again at Big John's Closeout. So Science Hill moves on. They go to Green Hill. Where's Green Hill at?
Green Hill is in Mount Juliet, so I'm making that trip. It's like 270 miles from Johnson City, so that's another thing I know a lot of people are discussing, the way this new playoff format is. And then we didn't get to the Happy Valley game, but they were up 45-0 actually. It played terrific, and then 1 second to go, the time's running out, and Tellico Plains out of timeouts, and a couple of players fall on the ground and are holding their hamstrings and all.
Yeah.
But so they did stop the game. They let them run one final play, and they scored a touchdown. So good for Tellico Plains. But still, Happy Valley dominant performance. They didn't have a single pass in the game. They just what they've done all year, running the ball, and just very effective at it.
So if you want to watch football on Friday night, the three teams that are home would be Greenville in 4A, Happy Valley in 2A, and Dobbins Bennett in 6A. DB will have Blackman. Unicoi County travels with Chattanooga Tyner, which there again, Irwin down to Chattanooga Tyner. That's a haul.
That's like 210 miles, I think I saw on that one. So it's long haul on that one. And then South Green's going somewhere down there. I can't remember. They're like 200-mile trip for their game as well.
Yep, I'm glad you said that. I got it right here. South Green will go to Marion County. Happy Valley has Bledsoe County. You have Gatlinburg Pittman still playing. They've got Forest High School. Unicoi County goes to Chattanooga Tyner. Excuse me. Greenville has White County at home in Burley Stadium. You've got Sevier County home to Walker Valley. And then, as we said, Dobbins Bennett hosting Blackman, and Science Hill goes to Green Hills. So that's what's still going on, single elimination.
Yeah, and that Green Hill team's really talented that Science Hill's playing. They've got 5 guys that are like Division I commits, including the quarterback who's supposed to be going to UT Martin.
So Green Hill High School is in Mount Juliet.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And that is a hall, the home of the late Charlie Daniels. So that's his home.
That's actually close. That high school's close to Charlie Daniels Park. So that's
Is
fun.
it really?
It is.
Yeah. So, that's where Charlie Daniels from. The late great Charlie Daniels. All right, so NASCAR's got their wrap. What's anything going on in NASCAR's in the off season right now?
Well, I guess the next big thing, or they'll be celebrating this weekend the regional champions and state champions, like Zeke Shell from Johnson City, Tennessee state champion. He'll get to go down to their banquet that they have at Charlotte this weekend and all that. So it'll be good. And then, of course, dirt track racing just wrapped up with their big event, too, over the weekend at Charlotte. And Jonathan Davenport, the one they call Superman, he won 2 of the 3 big late model races down there. And then David Gravel wrapped up the Sprint Car Championship. So a lot of racing action, and now be some of the big short track events across the country here during the off season, like the Snowball Derby down in Pensacola and some of those type races.
Lonesome Pine, are they going to be ready to go in 2026?
There's supposed to be Joey Owens, who's a racer and the new track owner. He's put a lot of money in that. They've repaved the track and all that. So, hopefully for them, they'll be able to do a little better. They've really been struggling with car counts and with, as far as getting a lot of races in up there. And then Kingsport Speedway, of course, will be ready to go about March. And course, we'll have our races at Bristol, both the Food City 500 and Bass Pro Shops night race and all that next year.
What about Bulls Gap? They're going to be ready to go next year, too?
Yeah, Bulls Gap's got some major races coming up, especially they've got a 4-night deal called the Gauntlet, which every big dirt late model racer in the country, like Davenport, I mentioned him, and Bobby Pierce, and the guys who follow dirt track racing will know all the guys I'm talking about, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Brandon Overton, Jimmy Owens, Chris Madden, all those huge names in dirt track racing should be there competing.
Silly season right now. Any drivers moving around that you know of? Anything shaking? Any big names?
Haven't heard anything the last couple of weeks, so, I guess we'll see. Next season will be interesting. I think it's going to be the last season for Alex Bowman in that 48 car, so that'll be a big ride that'll open up. Obviously, 48 car, you think of that, and you think of Jimmy Johnson winning 7 championships in that car.
Alex Bowman's not done all that well, has he?
He really hasn't. He's the only Hendrick driver that didn't win this year. And, of course, Chase Elliott's outperforming him. And then really William Byron and Kyle Larson for sure has been outperforming him, in basically the same equipment.
So Alex Bowman will be the big name next year. Is that right?
Yeah, he'll be probably moving somewhere else. And then I still keep on hearing those rumors as far as Kyle Busch maybe ending up at Spire Motorsports, even though he signed, a contract with Richard Childress Racing and all that.
Would he make the move, you think?
I think it makes sense for him because Spire is basically a satellite team for Hendrick Motorsports. That's one reason you saw the increase in performance from them this past year. Michael McDowell was fast at a lot of those races, particularly on the speedways.
It's interesting. I know the Speedway Light starts up very soon. I got the press release about that up in Bristol Motor Speedway with the Christmas lights for the holiday season to benefit Speedway Children's Charities, getting ready to crank up. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But, yep, it's kind of down, but it's not down because really and truly the drivers right now they're getting away but to spend some time with family. But you look up and it won't be that long. They'll get right back into doing personal appearances and shooting all those promos and videos for the new season, and then they'll head back down to Daytona, right?
Yeah, I've sort of used to. We were a part of that because they'd have the NASCAR media tour in January, which is no longer takes place, but that was always a fun week in Charlotte and a way to really preview the season and all. Of course, talking racing, drag racing still has the NHRA finals this week. IHRA just wrapped up their last big event. I've worked, part-time for IHRA, and then was watching on the video where a guy here was talking about he was wearing his father's racing jacket, and his dad died last year, and then he had ended up winning the race, and then as talking more in the interview, and I find out the guy's from Johnson City, so that was
really
pretty neat. So I've got that story for tomorrow's Johnson City and Kingsport papers.
So which game you covering Friday night, Happy Valley or Science Hill?
I'm going to Science Hill. I'm going to be down there all the way next to Nashville as they take on Green Hill.
That's a haul, as you well know. So pack. You know what you get? Get your mama to make you some Mexican cornbread. Take with you.
Well, I think,
or have Penny make you something.
Well, I think
knapsack.
Penny and I are going to make a nice little trip out of it. We're going to come back and see the lights in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg on our way back.
Oh, a little romantic getaway. Well, you need to take her out to dinner then. You need to come off some of that money. And Penny, I'm working it for you, dear. You need to take her. You need to come off that dollar a little bit, that Birchfield money, and take her out to dinner.
that money's about like that old Confederate money. It's got dust on it, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's tighter than Dick's hat band, but he's got it. So take her out there and give her. She's going down with you. It's supposed to be cold down at Green Hill.
It is supposed to be a lot nicer than it's been the last day or two. When I left my house in Unicoi now, I still had quite a bit of snow on the ground.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
You had snow?
Yeah.
I had the first flake hit in my yard. You had snow in Unicoi?
Yeah, it snowed really hard last night, actually.
Wow. All right. Safe travels. Give us a good accounting. Hopefully Science Hill going to get that upset. It'll be tough sledding, it sounds like, but if anybody can do it, Stacy Carter can do it. The old boy knows what he's doing. He's to call his games. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's no, he can do it. Joseph Taylor is next. Thank you, Mrs. Mama Birchfield, for the Mexican cornbread. Woo, doggies. Know where I'm going to be tonight. Watching a cowboy movie, eat me some Mexican cornbread and a bowl of soup. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. We got Joseph Taylor talking football on the Tom Bailey Sports and Tom Bailey Sports Show. pill packs. Tell me about pill packs.
Yeah, so these are good for people take 3 or 4 medicines, just kind of get confused by what they got or may forget to take doses or things like that. Other people that likes them is people caring for parents or grandparents. Makes it real easy rather than having to keep up with 10 or 12 bottles and remembering once a day, twice a day. You just come pick up these packs once a month and takes care of everything.
Show this one right here. There it is. Pill packs.
Mm-hmm.
Even they're color coded, so blue stands for nighttime, right?
Yep, that does.
So you'll do this for anybody?
Yeah, sure can. We can do anything just from once a day packs, all your medicines of a morning. Can do them 2 or 3 times a day, up to 4 times a day. For people, takes 4 times a day medicines. But they're real easy to punch out, so you can just punch them out. That's your dose for the day or the time. And on the front of it's got a information page. It's got pictures of each medicine, tells what it is, and which doctor you got. So that's something when you go to doctors or a hospital or something like that, you don't have to try and remember what all you take or wait till they can get a hold of your pharmacy. You can just rip that page off and it's got all your medicines on there. So it keeps it real simple.
And if you're traveling and you don't want to take that whole thing, you just tear out the 3 or 4 days you're traveling, or the week at the beach or whatever, and they stay intact, and so you don't take the whole 30-day supply, just take as you need, and they tear off.
Yeah, sure can. And something else kind of similar to that, what we've heard from a few people, taking a lunchtime medicine, especially if you're still working stuff, because you don't want to carry 3 or 4 pill bottles to work, or if you put them in a Ziploc bag or something, they'll get crushed or lost. But you can leave your morning, night at home, just rip off a single noon dose and take that with you, because those little pockets, they're strong enough, you know, if you throw it in your pocket, your pills aren't going to get crushed or anything like that. So
pill packs, good. Another way, customer service here at Lingerfield Drug Center. Hours are open?
Here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12.
Social media, where do we find you?
On Facebook as Lingerfield Drug Center.
And the magic phone number is?
It's 423-542-2138.
What a neat concept. Pill packs from Lingerfield Drug Center. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're back. We're ready to go. Andrew Lewis, Northeast Community Credit Union. Readers are winners. Year number 2. We're jacked up to do it again this year.
We're so excited.
Yep, we are excited. And so it's a chance for these kids at Eastside Elementary, Westside Elementary, and Harold McCormick Elementary win some cool prizes for reading. What's going on?
The first 9 weeks, we're going to be giving out those cool water bottles. Second 9 weeks, T-shirts.
T-shirts with a new design.
Absolutely. New color, all that fun stuff. The third 9 weeks, we're going to have a sweet new sticker. We'll get more into that later. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Whole point is readers are winners year number 2 at the 3 elementary schools and Elizabethton City Schools. Thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union. They're paying for all this through their corporate sponsor, and we love them for doing that. The bottom line is leaders are readers, readers are winners. Year number 2, getting ready to get started up soon, like right now, right away, for all these youngsters, again, at Harold McCormick, Westside and Eastside Elementary. Big thanks to the Northeast Community Credit Union for partnering with us to do Readers Are Winners in Elizabethton City Schools. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by, our buddy Joseph Taylor. Hello, sir. How are you?
Life is good. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Life is real good. So, Tennessee, New Mexico, we got a lot of college football to talk about.
Let's do it.
I got a lot of topics I'm going to hit you with today.
Hit me.
I'm going to hit you. How you doing, bud? I'm doing good. So, New Mexico State and Tennessee.
Nothing.
No problem.
Just a nothing burger. Just go out.
It's a nothing burger.
Yeah, just get the job done. I think the spread's 40 points on that. So just take care of business, play a lot of guys, don't get anybody hurt, and think about Florida.
Brian Kelly suing LSU, said they didn't fire him right. Did not terminate him correctly.
Oof.
The athletic director botched the firing. They're suing the LSU, Brian Kelly suing LSU, wants his job back. So when you read deep into the story, the whole catch of this whole thing is $54 million buyout. They said, we're going to give you $30 million in 2 payments. He said, no, that's not what you signed up for. I want $54 million. They said, well, we're not going to give you $54 million. He said, well, you wrongfully terminated me. The athletic director's not even there. They fired him. So I think he's got a leg to stand on. We'll see. But
so I saw there's like one of these high profile lawyers that's on social media, and he said that no school has ever been able to prove a fire with cause. So he thinks Brian Kelly's going to get every single penny that's owed to him. He said, don't LSU's and what's going to end up happening is not only is LSU going to have to pay him every penny they owe him, they're going to come out with egg on their face and looking like a clown show by even trying to not pay him everything that he's owed.
Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU's taken the position has not formally terminated Kelly as a Tiger football coach. He's now seeking to fire Kelly, the school is, for cause and potentially avoid paying a full buyout of nearly $54 million. So it's a 48-page lawsuit. So he was relieved of his duties October 26th, the day after losing to Texas. His dismissal was said to be performance-related, with then athletic director Scott Woodward saying, quote, we had high hopes that he would lead us to multiple SEC national championships during his time in Baton Rouge. Ultimately, the success at the level that we needed did not materialize, end quote. So they canned him. He says you didn't can me right. So he did not have the authority to terminate Coach Kelly or make settlement offers to him in October. So because it should have been the Board of Supervisors, not the athletic director. Well, Woodward got fired under pressure 4 days after getting rid of Kelly. The governor swooped down and said he publicly criticized Woodward and said Woodward not be involved in hiring the next football coach. So it's a can of worms. I think Kelly's got a leg. I think he's got a legitimate chance here.
He's going to get every penny out of that $54 million. Unless they can prove that he did something to warrant being fired. But I feel like we would have already known about that because they'd have leaked that as quick as they could. So I think that LSU is just really making themselves look foolish during this whole deal. Like every step of this process has been just one bad move after another. And imagine who would you if you were Lane Kiffin, say, and LSU started trying to get you to coach?
Nope.
No chance.
Nope.
They have shown that this is an incompetent situation. You got a governor trying to run the athletics. Like, no, this is a whole clown show.
If I've got an opening, a chance to go somewhere, if I'm Lane Kiffin, if he even goes, I think Ole Miss will throw enough money. I mean, he'll stay, but we'll see. But Florida would be the way I would go. I think they got, but LSU, yes, they've shown themselves to be, kind of a dog and pony show right now.
No chance. They're just they're hurting themselves, and they think that they're going to get Tulane's coach to come coach them. But if I were him, I'd take a big look at what's going on here and just say, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out.
When you have the governor of any state in this country that pulls away from his day-to-day duties and swoops down and starts running athletics departments at any university inside their state, and his or her state as a governor, to me that's a red flag. You got problems like, don't you have enough to do to run the country? In this case, run your state.
Yeah.
So anyway, stay tuned. I think Kelly's got a legitimate shot to get what he wants, and we'll see. Hello, Baker. How you doing, dear? And Patsy Lyons and Pam Nelson. That's a new name. Hello, Pam. Thank you for watching the show. We're working on 2,400 shows this week after next. So whatever day I have it, I want you there.
Yes, sir.
Got to be there.
Count me in.
Oh, I love this guy here.
Same here.
I could start kissing up for another coffee cake from Mrs. Taylor. Oh, my gosh. That is the best. All right. She made me a coffee cake. If you're just watching the show for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and on the way to the ball game, I just reached down and just grabbed it by the handful. Didn't have a fork, didn't have a spoon. I'm driving to the ball game, didn't care. Just grabbed like a caveman, ate it. So it was great. Had crumbs all over my shirt, didn't care. Man, it was awesome.
It was worth it.
Next time, if I get another one, and hopefully I will, I'll be a little bit more couth. So there you go.
I think she had mentioned sending 2 next time. So we'll
that's
see.
right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, hello, sir. How you doing, sir?
All right for my age and habit. What about your age and habit?
I plead the fifth, sir. Thank you.
I would.
Not doing bad for my age and my habits. I've never heard that.
I hadn't heard that either.
No. So, we're here live again. Big John's Closeout with Hammer High Prices. Be loyal, buy local. Again, the big box stores don't support Tom Taylor Sports Show or the Cyclones, but Mike does. He supports a lot of things in town. And love Mike Barnett. Love this guy on my left here, Joseph Taylor. Are y'all related? Somebody asked me that today. And other than being a brother in Christ, we're not related, but we're buds. So he's going to help me do some basketball too. So I got to get you the schedule so you can get enough leeway time to ask Mama, so you can do some games. It'll be, I think, we're really kicking in December. So they do a lot of out-of-town ball games. I know they got a Thanksgiving tournament. We're going to be gone, but so we're really going to start in December. So.
You know, it looked like you had a pretty good atmosphere at the Tia Duggar game last week. That was a packed house and some good basketball. That looked fun. I was sad I wasn't a part of that one.
Yeah. Well, but I thought about it. You would have been. I should have had you up there.
Well, no, you asked me. I couldn't.
Oh, that's right.
I had other plans, but it just it looked fun. I was watching, and that looked like a fun night.
Oh, well, kids got into it. We had over, I think it's 6,000 or 7,000 views, which is just blows my mind.
Junior high basketball,
middle school basketball. You got it. All right, so here we go. Let's take some top 25 college football picks for this week. So what you think? We got 4 games involving top 25s head-to-head. We'll go chronologically at noon. Number 10 Notre Dame and number 24 Pittsburgh. What do you think there?
I think Notre Dame. I wouldn't be shocked if Pitt pulled the upset, but I think the Irish they know that if they can just keep winning, they'll be in the playoffs. So I go Notre Dame there.
Oklahoma to Alabama. That's a biggie.
That is a big game. I believe Alabama has revenge on their mind because Oklahoma kept them out of the playoff last year. So I'll go with Alabama. But I will say this: Oklahoma showed me against Tennessee that defense is for real. They can play. So, but I still go Alabama.
All right. Well, make sure I'm getting the numbers right. Yesterday didn't sleep. Nope. I got 11th on this one. 11th Oklahoma, and Alabama is 4th. All right. Is Notre Dame still 10th? No, they're 9th. Wonder which one's right. Notre Dame number 9, Pittsburgh at number 23. All right. Missed them by 1. Anyway, Notre Dame, they're both top 25. So Iowa and Southern Cal, that says 20 and 19. Iowa would be, I don't know where I got mixed up the numbers. Iowa fell out of the top 25. And so 19th is Southern Cal. You know what this is? This came out before this came out. So I went with last week's numbers. Anyway, number 11, Texas, or not number 11, number 10. Texas at number 5, Georgia, that is correct. That may be the biggest one of all. Texas at Georgia, 7:30 on Saturday. Who do you like there?
I got Georgia. I think Georgia's going to knock them off. I know Texas is playing well, but Georgia is also playing well. I got Georgia in that one.
So Oklahoma number 11 in the country, Alabama number 4 playing in Tuscaloosa. That'll be what time?
So
that'll be
3:30.
3:30 on ABC, nationally televised. It'll be a day game in Tuscaloosa. You like Bama, you said?
I like Bama in that one. Oklahoma's defense is good. I just don't think they can put enough points on the board against Alabama to win.
See, Louisville's got the Cardinals have got their number 19. They've got Clemson. Is Dabo in trouble?
Dabo is in trouble, and that's hard to believe. Yeah. But I think Clemson's gonna win that game. I'm not a believer in Louisville.
So we'll make the changes right now as we go along through here. So for tomorrow's show, so it'll be Louisville number 19. So we're making some clerical changes right now. They're number 19.
Look at this man preparing for his show, writing these out. I like it.
Oregon number 7. All right. Is Indiana number 2? They have Wisconsin. No problem.
No problem.
Texas A&M number 3. Got South Carolina.
No problem.
No problem. 21st ranked Michigan. I don't think Michigan's 21st or 18th. Make the notation there. 18th ranked Michigan will be at Northwestern. No.
Northwestern's knocked off a couple teams, but I'd still go Michigan.
All right. Virginia. They're number 20. The Cavaliers will go to Duke. What do you think there?
I got Duke at home in that one. I'll take the upset.
Number 8, Texas Tech. Pretty good football team. The Red Raiders hosting Central Florida.
Yep, Texas Tech.
All right, let's see. Does Miami even Miami's up to number 16. So got to make that change. The Hurricanes will be hosting NC State. No problem.
No issue.
No issue. All right, let's see here. Iowa's not even in the polls this week, so they have fallen out. Let me double check here. Nope, they're out. So Iowa, forget that one. They're playing Southern Cal. Southern Cal still in it. They're number 17.
I got Southern Cal.
Numbers discombobulated.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do wrong today.
It'll be a good day, right?
Yeah. As I said earlier in the show, if you think you're having a bad day, if you know Andy Wilhoit, it's okay to talk about him because I asked Angie about him. But Andy Wilhoit is in his 40s, has stage. He's in Knoxville as we speak, in the midst of I think it's a 10-hour operation, 10-hour surgery. He's got stage 4 cancer. They're going in to try and get it out, and so do a lot of things. So if you think you're having a bad day, and then I'm worried about getting these numbers wrong on this, I'm thinking, no. I'm not worried about getting these numbers wrong. It is what it is. So anyway, if you are a praying sort, please throw one up for Andy Wilwood. He's a coach. He does a lot of private lessons. He plays a great baseball star at King University. So and so now, and it happens. Look, I can get on my soapbox. It can change like this.
Yeah.
You know that.
100%.
With Ivy Hall Nursing Home, people that you see, they're healthy. Next thing you know, they have to use the services of Ivy Hall. So it can happen like that, right?
Yeah, I've been shocked countless times on the people that show up on our referral list. You just never know who's going to need your services, like you said.
Yep. So messing up the numbers on the top 25 rankings, no
big deal.
It's going to take something else to get me a little bit more rattled than that. If you take that Mexican cornbread and walk out of it, that will get me rattled. That'd be a fight. You'd get tackled. It'd be a fight at the back door. You scuffling over Mexican cornbread.
That would be a sight.
Tom's on top and pouncing on him. He's punching him. He's stealing that cake bag. The cornbread's all over the sidewalk. Georgia Tech, number 14 at Boston College. Is the Ramblin' Wreck for real or not?
I don't think they're for real, but I don't think that Boston College has anything for them either, though.
Number 15, Utah. The Utes will be a Baylor. Is that a trap game for Utah?
Oh, that could be. Baylor can be a tough place to play, but I still think Utah can pull that one out.
All right, as bad as Florida looked at Kentucky, and they did, they got beat 38-7. Ole Miss will host them on Saturday evening. Is there a chance for an upset there?
I don't believe so. Florida did make a quarterback change though, which is a little shocking because Lagway was so highly touted, but I think Ole Miss this might be a for real team. Several years they've had some stumbles, but I don't think it's going to happen with this bunch.
So what do you do if you're Lane Kiffin? Do you? I mean, the first hint I would think he says, I'm looking. Ole Miss, I would think would dig deep and come up with more jingle and keep him around.
Yeah, if all things are equal, and we're talking about not necessarily equal, but if it's close in money, and if it's close in NIL commitment, and close in like just commitment from your athletic department, I'd stay at Ole Miss. I think he's built something there, and if he was to capture a championship, he'd be a legend. You go to a place like Florida and win a championship, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Go to LSU, win a national championship. Oh, that's what we expect. I would choose the legend route myself, but that's if things are close. If it wasn't close, I think Florida would be a better job than LSU, in my opinion. I don't see him going to Penn State. I certainly don't see him going to Virginia Tech. So I believe if you're Lane Kiffin, you're looking at, do I stay at Ole Miss? Do I go to Florida, or do I go to LSU? And I would stay at Ole Miss if it were me.
Would you take a shot on Brian Kelly after he gets all this cleared up by LSU? Would you take a shot at him again?
I think Brian Kelly may fit better in the Big Ten. So if you're Penn State, you may look at him. I think he, he proved that he could win at Notre Dame. It's a total different beast down at LSU. You can't, and I think that was a bad fit from the get-go, hiring somebody that had never really crossed the Mason-Dixon line. LSU is a wild place, right? So I think they made the wrong hire with him, but I think he's still a good coach. I don't like him. I think he's a jerk. But if I were Penn State, I'd kick the tires on it, so to speak.
Would you take a shot on Jimbo Fisher?
Ooh, that one that ended so badly. It depends on who I was. Not Florida, LSU, Penn State, not one of those jobs. Virginia Tech. If I were Virginia Tech, I'd be thrilled if I could get James Franklin. I think that he's the type of coach that could build them back up. Now, he may not ever win the big game, but at least if you had him, you'd have big games.
They sunk a lot of money, did the Virginia Tech athletic department. Yeah. A lot of money into the coffers to go out and be able to get a competitive coach as far as wages and an assistant coach. They put it was 3 digits worth of million. I want to say $229 million into their program to bolster the chance to go get a big name coach so they can pay him, because it becomes a sweepstakes now.
Absolutely, and I think Virginia Tech would be thrilled if they could land James Franklin. I hadn't even thought about Jimbo Fisher. I'm trying to think of where he on a school that would roll with the Jimbo, and I don't have one in mind right now. I didn't see that question coming, so I don't want to just say something. But I feel like there's probably a landing spot for him somewhere.
You make a good point, because there's more openings than there are qualified coaches right now.
Yeah, right now. It's going to be really interesting to see where the merry-go-round stops. Like who's going to leave this place or that place. So there'll be effects felt that you probably don't even see coming with coordinators and things. You know what I mean? So there'll be a lot of changes this offseason.
Tennessee plays New Mexico State or other regional teams. East Tennessee State goes to Western Carolina at noon on Saturday, and the Hokies will be in Tallahassee, Florida State at 7:30 on Saturday evening. So that's our regional teams playing, and so I think he's been under the radar. I think the coach at Oregon, this guy's getting it done year in and year out. I can see him. We don't hear much of him because he's over on the left coast, but I think is it Lanning? Dan
Lanning.
Yep. I think you'll see him emerge as a Florida candidate, maybe Penn State. I just see him making a move, and they may throw a lot of money to keep him, but I just see him making a move because, look, you get a shot at it. Tony showed that leaving Tennessee baseball to go to the San Francisco Giants, Tony Vitello. So I think some of these guys are okay. The Florida job doesn't come along every day. LSU is a quagmire right now. So I would think the two biggest jobs out there right now, correct me if I'm wrong, would be the Florida job and probably Penn State of the Big Ten. Arkansas with Petrino, he's not proven all that. I mean, they may keep him, but he's not setting the woods on fire there.
Jimbo may fit in at Arkansas. I kind of forgot that might be that could be a landing spot because it's all about fit with these guys, right? And Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, that never felt right. I think you have to have a certain type of coach at A&M because they're different at A&M. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Arkansas, I feel like Jimbo would fit in at Arkansas. He's got the good Southern drawl and all that. I think he'd be a fit there.
And the other guy who wants to come back to LSU is Eddie Orgeron. I love me some LSU Tigers. I love my Tigers. I love to hear that guy talk.
I love to hear him talk, but I don't think they'll go down that road.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Then you look at Stoops, who dodged a bullet in Kentucky last week with beating Florida. So Gary Rose says, the administration says, okay, we may hang with this guy. The fan base want to get rid of him. That may be a landing spot for Jimbo Fisher. If anybody lands, I don't know. Then if Dabo gets canned at Clemson, there's an opening. And then he's going to end up somewhere, too, because I'm going to coach somewhere.
Yeah.
So the carousel continues. It's kind of crazy to be sitting there on November the 11th talking about coaching changes, but it's out there and it's very prevalent, and there'll be more, that's kind of died down the last week or two, but there'll be more. And so we'll see, let it kind of play out. I've even heard people say they're not enamored all of a sudden with Heupel, which I find very interesting.
I'll tell you what, if Tennessee, if this crazy part of the fan base somehow successful in running him off, that would set our program back 15 years. We've got to move forward with him. I think that he could use a little help during the game with some decisions, because when you're a head coach, if you call plays and he does call the offensive plays, then you miss out on some of the analytical stuff. I think he needs to get somebody he trusts in his ear just to help on some of the analytical. Hey, should we kick a field goal here? Should we take a timeout? Should we go for two? Things like that he's not able to put as much time in because he's calling the offensive plays, but we cannot run him off. Oh my goodness, if we do, I'll be so disappointed.
Mm-hmm. So,
but maybe LSU thinks about Heupel and says, you know what, let's make a big offer for Heupel here.
Already, he's the top of the list for Virginia Tech. They want him. So I think that would I would think Tennessee down to Virginia Tech would be either a lateral move or a down move.
That'd be a down move. I know my Virginia Tech people, they get on me all the time because I'm a hater, but Tennessee is a much better job than Virginia Tech.
Yeah. So, but you know what? If they open up a checkbook,
yeah,
money talks.
Money does talk.
Money does talk. Ivy Hall Nursing Home, what's going on right there right now?
Ivy Hall, we'd love to have people if they need rehab. We'd love to have you come in and do some short-term rehab. If you have Medicare or private insurance, come in. We'll get you some physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and then we'll be able to get you back home. I think what sets Ivy Hall apart is that it's locally owned. You know, if you have an issue, you can talk to the owner. You know, you can call Judy and talk it out. You know, you go to some of these other facilities. I'm not going to name any by name, but if you wanted to talk to the owner, there'd be no chance.
Yeah. I know two families, the Stouts with the late Pastor Bobby Stout, loved the time he had to spend there. Wasn't there long, but he spent some time there and loved Ivy Hall Nursing Home. And so, you know, I hear Ryan and Sean and Kim Barnett bragging about how, you know, Mrs. Ryder was there for a while, and she's gotten better and moved on, but they swore by Ivy Hall Nursing Home and the treatment she got.
Absolutely. We try to love on our folks and then hopefully get them home. And if they need to stay long term, we're happy with that as well.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks
sir.
for having me.
Coffee cake, Leslie. Coffee cake. 2 of them maybe. So you're getting a turkey for Christmas.
Oh,
a turkey or a ham?
I'd like to try the ham this year.
You want smoked ham?
I'd like to try that ham.
All right. Got it covered from Phil's Dream Pit. All right, Mike's back one more time. Our buddy Mike Barnett, love him to death. The owner of the place we scream, be loyal, buy local, buy from Big John's Closeouts. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Calling our buddy Joseph Taylor, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. What's going on in Ivy Hall right now?
Yes, sir. Ivy Hall, we're accepting long-term or short-term admissions. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, all insurances. We'd love to have you. You come out, you need some rehab, we'd love to help you. We got private rooms for rehab people. We can get you in, take care of you, send you home, and the food is absolutely out of this world.
Types of rehab you guys do?
Yes, sir. We have physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, respiratory therapy, and like I said, short-term or long-term residents. Yes, sir.
Yep. You also are looking for help?
Yes. I'm looking for RNs, LPNs, CNAs. If you want to be a housekeeper, laundry, kitchen, we're hiring. All departments are hiring at Ivy Hall.
Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Social media, how do we find you?
Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook, or ivyhallnursinghome.com is where you go to fill out an application to work.
Love promoting these folks right here on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It is the one and only right here in Elizabethton, Ivy Hall Nursing Home.
Elizabethton FFA makes a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. It's more than learning about cows. It's becoming the problem solvers for the next generation. We are the future biologists, chemists, computer programmers, journalists, teachers, electricians who will feed our future. By creating a family atmosphere, the Agriculture Department, especially FFA, can become your home away from home. Through contests, leadership events, fun trips, and chapter activities, FFA is a great way to learn about the world while developing yourself into the best person you can be. We invite you to enroll in an ag-based course and be active in Elizabethton FFA. We'll save you a seat.
A lot of grocery store chains out there. Why Food City?
You know, Tom, I hope you've got a lot of time because I've got lots of reasons why you need to shop at Food City. You know, our associates are number one. You know, they're here to serve the community and our customers, and they do a fabulous job taking care of our customers. You know, this is a family-owned company, and it's such a blessing to work for a family-owned company. You know, they truly care about their associates. You know, and we're so involved in the community, Tom. You know, we do so much in all the communities where there is a Food City location. Anytime there's any big events, typically you're going to see that Food City logo. And when you're in the store, Tom, you know, you've got quality items to be able to select from. Talking about the produce, you know, we're picky about our produce. We sell a lot of locally grown items. And right now, half runners is what everybody's all about. And then, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the meat department. You know, we have our meat cutters back there every day who cut and grind meat fresh daily. You know, our meat beats none other. I mean, it's great products that we sell back there in our meat department, and it's always fresh. And then the food service department, Tom, I love going to the food service department, and no matter what you get, it's always good, it's always fresh, it's always hot. And like our sushi, they roll that fresh daily. And while you're here, Tom, you can always go to Food City Pharmacy and pick up your prescriptions or get a flu shot. It's time for flu shots again. So there's so many different reasons why you should shop at Food City, and I could go on and on about our company.
Value every day. Food City. Lisa Johnson from the marketing department. Food City, proud sponsor of Tom Dover Sports Show and the Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Value every day. Food City. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here again at Big John's Closeouts where they hammer high prices for our final segment. And so, flooring. Do people do, I guess I'm going to ask a really dumb question. People do flooring this time of year for Christmas? And
well, I think what we've noticed in the past is, a lot of people, and it's really never too late, depending on weather, of course, naturally, and who you've got installing it. If you're doing it yourself or if you've got a place where you can, do the cutting and all the prep work, but a lot of times people want to freshen up either before the Thanksgiving or maybe they get through Thanksgiving and they decide, I'd really like for to update some of my flooring in the living quarters or the kitchen area or whatever before we have Christmas and we have all of our family and in-laws in or children in or whatever else. And so, there's a lot of people that still do that because, they're just tired of looking at what they've got. And of course now, the hottest thing on the market and has been for the last few years has been your waterproof flooring. And of course we have a tremendous amount of different patterns and stuff. And, they all vary in price from a lot of different things. But, we have a couple of them that are like $1.99 a square foot that are good, thick. Wow. That's a gray pattern. I know it's hard to see a little bit on that. You also have more of a wood grain pattern here that's also $1.99 a square foot, just locked together. The only thing you have to remember, these are considered like a floating floor, so you must leave some expansion, around every, area of your room. We tell people normally to leave about 3/8 of an inch off your wall. So the floor where, you're heating, cooling, you've got different moisture levels between summer and winter. It's normally drier in the winter, a little more damp in the summer with all the rain and different things. So, your floor does move that is locked together. So it is like a floating floor. So you don't want to wedge it in there because if you do, it'll start pooching up, when it starts, changing the humidity levels and the temperatures that goes on. So, but it's very easy to install. Just get a good start on it. You got to get it good and square coming off your wall, first 2 or 3 runs, and then you can just go to town. You can just gradually, lay the next pieces and just keep moving. You don't have to put any underlayment down. Some people still like to put down, plastics, or I've even had people put down, building paper, felt, whatever, is a moisture barrier. It's not necessary. These come with a pad on the back of them already. The old laminate, you had to lay your pad down, try to tape it. You'd walk on it, it'd start crinkling up and all that kind of stuff. You don't have that problem with the LVT flooring. The padding is already included. And, you have some people, that says, hey, I don't want to use a wood grain look, my bathroom or my kitchen. I'd rather keep something that looks, a little bit more like what I'm used to, a linoleum type look or a tile look. Well, we have about 4 different patterns in a tile looking laminate.
How neat.
It's a little more expensive. That's one called Cloud and stuff of that nature, but we have about 4 different patterns and things in that. So if you're looking for a tile looking laminate flooring, Well, you can find it. We've got it here. It's in stock. We just got a lot of it back in stock. We were out of Cloud and one called Rain, and so we've got them back in stock. So you can find about whatever you want. We've got different wood grains from light to dark. We've got all kind of different gray and brown mixes and everything else, so you can go from light to dark to medium shades, whatever you need to, to sort of accentuate what you already got there with your cabinets or furniture, curtains, whatever, you'll find it here.
So if I don't have the time, or in my case, expertise, do you have people that come in and put it down for you?
Yes, we have a number of people that we can give you a list of that have done it for years, that we've had good response back from the people that they've worked for. They're very trustworthy. I know 2 or 3 of them. A lot of people said, I just gave them the keys and said, I'm going to work. You go and put my floor down, and they never worried a thing about, anything going on around the house. These people are very conscientious. They're honest. They've got their insurance. They've got everything that they need to be able to come into your home without you having to worry about, and they can give you references, also, so you can talk to people that they've worked for in the past.
That's awesome. So there's flooring. It's an option again from Big John's Closeouts for hammer high prices. Anything else we want to talk about?
Well, we can talk about cabinets. People are still, in fact, we've had a few people in the last few days getting us to go out and do some measuring and stuff. And keep in mind that if you need us to come out and help you, measure, make sure we're getting the exact set of where your window is on a particular wall, or how you want to lay your appliances out. If you're going to have a working triangle, between your stove and refrigerator and your workstations or whatever, our guys can come out. They can get all the proper measurements. They can find out what appliances you're wanting to use, and about what size you're thinking those are going to be. And then we can come back, get on the computer, plug in all the numbers, and then you can come in, pick out patterns or styles, or maybe 2 or 3 different ones, and we can price them, and that way you'll have a actual printout showing it from above, and a face printout and all that, showing how the cabinets would look in your home. And so we can do all that, and we're glad to do it. And if you're within a reasonable travel distance, in lower North Carolina, to Kingsport and thereabouts, there's no charge for us to come out and do the layout and do the measurements. The one thing that I do want to highlight, and I'm going to show you an unfinished cabinet because, we just got our load of those back in here in just a minute, is, all of our cabinet lines they're all wood. They're all plywood cabinets. In the past, many years ago, some of our unfinished and even some of our pre-finished cabinets were wood face, and even might have wood sides, but a lot of the drawers and stuff and the back were particle board and stuff of that nature. You get a little moisture, a leak, or anything of that nature going on, and what you're going to find out is they're going to swell and they're going to start coming apart. Our cabinets are all wood, and so you don't have to worry about that situation. We've got all kind of the bells and whistles that go along with it. So, you've got, soft close doors and drawers. You've got all kind of amenities, different things like trash can pull-outs, spice racks, specialty cabinets for built-in range hoods and stuff of that nature. We can get your oven cabinets if you still want to use wall ovens. Those still are used somewhat. A lot of people went to cooktops and conventional or convection type ovens and stuff of that nature, but we can still get your wall oven cabinets, so you can get 1 or 2 oven cabinets if that's what you're looking for. But what we do have here, and I wanted to show, if you're looking for a very reasonable, and this this is a big old thing, so it's a little hard, but you can see it from where I'm at. This is our unfinished maple shaker. It's a shaker door style unfinished cabinet. Now, Tom will tell you this is a pretty smooth finish. This doesn't have to be painted. This can be stained and sealed. It can be left natural and put a clear sealer on it like you do with your floors, something of that nature. If you'll notice, it's all wood. The inside of that cabinet is all plywood. This is plywood, that's plywood, the back is plywood, the ends are plywood. Everything is plywood on this cabinet.
Solid build.
It also has, and if you notice, it also has that soft close door. That will just so it isn't slamming. You're not waking up somebody in the house if you're in there sneaking to get you a snack that you don't want the wife to know you're in there.
There you go.
So, these things are in stock in all the popular sizes, all the way from 9-inch all the way up to 32, 42, and 48-inch wide widths. We have sink bases. We have pantries, so you've got 18 or 24-inch pantries, so you've got area for storage and stuff of that nature. And they're very competitively priced. When you price them compared to a pre-finished cabinet, you're going to save anywhere from probably 30 to maybe even more percent. But of course, there's work that needs to be put into these. So you're going to have to put something on them to keep them clean, whether it's a clear sealer, paint them, or stain and seal them. So you've got them, but you've got that option. They're excellent for utility storage. You've got an outbuilding. You're needing to be able to put your tools or something in. You've got a laundry room. And the wife saying, "Hey, I'd like to get the detergent and the softener and the fabric sheets and some places to store our towels and stuff when we don't have enough room." You can put you a pantry in there and have a number of shelves for storage. You can put some of these on the wall, put up all your, like winter blankets and stuff in them or whatever you want to do, your laundry items, and it works great, for utility buildings and stuff like that. And when you're looking for something fairly inexpensive to do in a laundry room or a basement storage or a workshop storage or an outbuilding storage, this is really the way to go, and you can really come out way ahead at price-wise.
It's all right here, folks, at Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton, where we hammer high prices. Hours are open.
We're here 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday for worship.
2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can find them on social media. And how do you do that?
Well, you can go and look for experts with an S at BigJohnsCloseouts.com. Any kind of cabinet questions or to inquire about us coming out and measuring, you can send to cabinets with an S at BigJohnsCloseouts.com. If they have any questions or concerns or needing to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with me at Mike, just M-I-K-E, at BigJohnsCloseouts.com.
They are accessible, folks. And the last thing, of course, is the phone number would be
423-542-4755.
There you go.
And we would like to wish all of our veterans and their families a very happy Veterans Day. And we thank all of our folks that are locals and people that come in and help keep us in business and help keep us supporting Tom Taylor and local sports and everything else by dealing with an independent, small, home-operated and home-owned business. We thank you very much.
It's mom and pop. Got to have the business. And when I sit there and do these shows every month, the foot traffic gets steady. That back door is steady, pretty. Coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. We love it. And they're walking out with stuff. That's the best thing. They're coming in, they're walking out with. And as we said earlier in the show, and it's true, there's no question as a bad or dumb question. True. If it's important to you, it's important to Mike and the staff. In closing, you got Travis, and who else do you have here?
Well, I got Travis. I've got Danny Davis. I've got Jeff Miller and his son Aaron Miller. I've got Matt Hamilton, and I've got a part-time one in Bill Schooley, and of course myself. And then I've got about 5 employees out in the yard: Chris Lyons, Bryce, Nathan, and Tanner, and then my son who works on our steel power equipment. He's our mechanic. You've seen him bounce in here a while ago. He's knee deep in getting blowers and stuff repaired where some of these guys have had theirs go down, so he's working pretty hard trying to get them back up where they can get all the leaves moved off and all that kind of stuff. And I probably won't be back on air, I guess, until we get to December, so we'd also like to wish all of our listeners and stuff a very happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Amen. The holiday everybody forgets. We go from Halloween to Christmas, but right there in the middle.
Yeah, all the Christmas stuff's out now, going everywhere as far as that goes. So, count your blessings. That's exactly right.
Count your blessings. Not just on Thanksgiving.
The Lord's
every
been
day.
good to us.
Oh, every day. Count your blessings. If I can get up and walk out of this and you go get some lunch.
All righty.
I know somebody's up back at home's had a stroke and learned how to swallow again. So you get to go have lunch. I get to get up and walk out here. Just people can't walk. Yes. Get up and walk. So we take everything we have for granted because we just can't assume. Count your many blessings. Count them one by one. Count your many blessings for what the Lord has done. So
amen.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
All righty. Good deal. Thank
See
you,
next
Tom.
month. Yes, sir. Quick break. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports. Cyclone football on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tell me about Duck Crossing. What's going on right now? What's it all about?
We are all ready for fall and the cooler temperatures and the prettier, I think, decor. I love the fall colors, the oranges and the greens, and we've got vintage clothes and costumes, and we've even got some Cyclone vintage gear too. Everybody has the scarecrows downtown. We have Tuffy. The Cyclone is our scarecrow, and he turned out really cool. We have all kinds of. I brought some cans. I know that's kind of a silly thing, but it's orange and black, and it's just fun to decorate. Inside or out, with just some vintage, old, rusty. What's more fall than the color of rust?
Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5:30, and then Saturdays, 10 to 6.
And how do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook, we're Duck Crossing Elizabethton, and Instagram, we are Duck Crossing Antiques, and TikTok, we're something.
There you go.
You can find the link on Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is?
518-1858.
Yep. One of our great sponsors, Falls in the Air in downtown Elizabeth and Duck Crossing, one of our great sponsors here on Cyclone Football and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Ford of Elizabeth and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
So here's the deal. An opportunity presented itself for me to come check the dealership out. They said it might be for sale. My wife, my mother-in-law, both of my sisters happened to come last September, and we ended up at the Covered Bridge event, and we just thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was a blast. We weren't planning on being there for that. It just so happened the time that we came, the Covered Bridge event was going on, and we just loved it. We loved the community, we loved the energy, the vibe, and we felt like it would be a great opportunity for us to serve the community. Because every time I look at a store, I always look at how could we improve the community, how could we create jobs, how could we improve the business, and the upside was so tremendous in the Elizabethton community. I just felt like we could come make a big difference, and we've been able to do it.
You have. Ford, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. Social media, how do we find you?
So Ford of Elizabethton, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Elizabethton. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're everywhere, and we're ready to serve the community, sell cars, and make some happy customers.
Amen. What's the hours you're open, sir?
So we're open at 7:37 in service, and we're open at 8:30 in sales. We stay open till 7.
Our title sponsor, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ford of Elizabethton, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, that'll do it again. Thanks to Mike. I love coming over here. Love coming to Big John's Closeouts. Be loyal, buy local. Support our local folks. And so, again, as I said earlier, the big box stores, and they are who they are, but they don't support this show. They don't support the Cyclones or the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and Mike does. And so, oh, gosh, I've bought so many things here, from flashlights to stain to ladders. About the oh, you can get a gift certificate? I didn't know that. I just learned something new. Come get a gift card. Big John's Closeouts. Look at that, gift certificate. Come get gift certificate and come out and get what you want when you want. How about that? There it is. Just in time for the holidays. We're 42 days away. Gift certificates. And not just for Christmas, anytime. Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever the case, or just because, get a gift certificate from Big John's Clothes. Oh, boy, I've messed it up here. Put the flap the wrong. There it goes, right there. There you go. I love that guy. He is so cool. He was very kind in his comments the other day when I went up and spoke at the church. So, big fan of Mike Barnett and Big John's Closeouts and Travis and all of them. That's going to do it again. Thanks to Joseph Taylor coming by, Jeff Birchville coming by, Carolyn Birchfield brought me, through Jeff, some Mexican cornbread. Thank you. So we'll do it all again tomorrow at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. We're loaded. Mr. Baseball will be there. Andrew Smith will be there. We're going to try and get Jason. Just went totally blank. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's just go with the coach of Happy Valley. How did I forget his last name? And Stacy Carter, going to see if we can get him on there tomorrow as well. I'm not going to go off not giving this man's name. That's embarrassing. So, welcome to my world is all I can tell you. Let's see here. Jason. No. Brain burp. I'm sure out there you don't ever have a brain burp. I have them all the time. So, Jason Jarrett. There you go. I knew it. Coach Jason Jarrett. We're trying to have him on tomorrow from Happy Valley. Coach Carter on from Science Hill tomorrow. If we get because they're in class, tough to get these guys to come off campus. Having said that, we're in the midst of getting ready to transition this entire show from a technical standpoint, a brand new look. We've worked on it. We bought the equipment. We're implementing it. Carrie and I are putting it together, and we're going to come out with a brand new look either during coming out of Thanksgiving break or out of the Christmas break, probably more towards the first of the year. A brand new look at the Tom Daly Sports Show. We're very excited about it to be totally different with a whole lot more bells and whistles. We have decided to ramp it up, went out, bought some new computers, new technology, and so we're going to kick it up to the next level, and that will allow us, the reason I'm saying that, allow us to do more interviews with people where they are. They don't have to necessarily come to me. I'm going to be able to go to them. So it's exciting stuff. And I want to say thanks to Shane. Shane put all this together for me, and so he's doing a wonderful job with his company. And so we get all the parts and pieces and everything nailed down. We'll unveil it and show you that it's going to be a brand new show with a whole lot more flexibility to have more people on the show than we've ever had. So we're excited about that. So anyway, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours, the verse of the day. Let's wrap it up and tell you that. And that would be, the verse of the day would go as follows. It will be Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Thank you, Lord Jesus, and when we look to you, we can have peace in what we're dealing with, knowing you're there every step of the way. How about that? Good way to end it. Thanks for watching the show. Back tomorrow. We'll be live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City there on People Street, right down from Best Buy. Till then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you're planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thank you for watching show number 2393 of the Tom Daly Sports Show, live at Big John's Closehouse for Hammer High Price.